Hello everyone, very good evening and warm welcome for today's session on all about IIFT. I'm sure जो भी इस सेशन को सुन रहे हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं पे कैट, जेड, स्नैप, एनमेट या कोई भी टॉप इंस्टीट्यूट्स लाइक IIMs, XLRI, Symbiosis, Narsee Monjee जैसे इंस्टीट्यूट को टारगेट कर रहे होंगे. So for all the students, IIFT can be a very good option, right? So in this today's session, we are going to discuss all about IIFT because काफी स्टूडेंट्स पूछते हैं सर ये कॉलेज में क्या होगा, प्लेसमेंट क्या होगा, फीस स्ट्रक्चर क्या होती है, what all syllabus we learn here. So today we will discuss in detail all about IIFT. So let's start with the introduction part. Today we'll be covering about the introduction of IIFT, exam structure क्या होगा, syllabus क्या होगा IIFT का, eligibility criteria, programs offered, fee structure, placement and IIFT application process. So ये सारी चीजें हम ये सेशन में डिस्कस करेंगे. So you can attend this session till the end to get all the information about IIFT. So we'll start with the introduction of IIFT. This institute was started in 1963. So if you count the number of years, is more than 50 years, almost 60 years होने को होंगे इस institute को. And today it is among the top B schools, top 10 B schools, I will say, right? So if you are focusing for international trade or international business or export import business, you can target this college definitely and a plan B or plan C, right? Because IIM के साथ इनका placement होता है, right? We will discuss in the coming slides. It is very much famous for research and training programs. And to get into these colleges, they have their own examination. Now IIFT जो है वो CAT, Z या SNAP का score consider नहीं करते हैं. They have their own autonomous test, which is known as IIFT, and which is particularly taken for the flagship program, that is MBA in international business, MBA in IB or a global MBA, which is the flagship program. If you look at the locations, they have center, they have college in Delhi, in Kolkata, and recently they have started in Kakinda, which is in Andhra Pradesh. And yes, they have one international campus too in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So they have 3 campuses in India and 1 in Tanzania. So they have 4 campuses overall. If you look at about the IIFT examination, it is conducted by National Testing Agency on behalf of IIFT. It is held in 60 to 70 cities across the country, right? Especially जो major metro cities है और top cities है, वहाँ पे उनका exam center रहता है. Around 35 to 40,000. So इतना competition नहीं है जहाँ पे CAT में हम 2 लाख 2.5 लाख बच्चों के साथ competition करते हैं. Here we have to compete only with 35 to 40,000 students, right? Difficulty level, yes, it is at par with CAT and exact examination. क्यों? Because आगे हम देखेंगे इनका जो placement है, इनका जो mode of teaching है, which is compared to IIMs. उनका जो salary है, जो packages है, it is again comparing with IIMs and top B schools. So that is why the difficulty level is at par with CAT and Z examination. The exam is conducted on online based computer examination होगा ये 120 minutes 2 hours का test होगा, right? Which will be covering as usual quant, verbal, reasoning, and the 4th section is general awareness. Majorly इसका exam structure में देखेंगे तो verbal ability has 35 questions carrying 3 for correct and for incorrect it will be -1. 1/3 negative marking होगा. So total 105 marks for verbal section. Quant, you have 25 questions with 3 marks for correct, and for each incorrect you will have -1. Same we have in verbal. LRDI again 30 questions, 3 for correct and -1 for incorrect. So quant, verbal, reasoning के लिए 1/3 plus 3 for correct and -1 for incorrect. General awareness अगर आप देखोगे यहाँ पे तो for each question you will be awarded 1.5 marks. तो इनका जो नेगेटिव मार्किंग भी होगा जनरल अवेयरनेस का, that will be -0.5, right? So total will be 30 marks for general awareness. So overall IIFT को देखा जाए तो 110 questions आएंगे with 300 marks. So this is a normal pattern of exam structure for IIFT. Sections वही रहेंगे, शायद number of questions change होते रहते हैं, but sections will remain same as far as previous exams अगर हम देखा जाए तो यही structure पूछा गया है. Now what is the mode of admission? So for general category or SC/ST or PH, physical handicaps or OBC, the test will be conducted as discussed, computer based test hoga, and the next round will be your group discussion, writing. Once you are shortlisted for a GDPI or written ability test, you'll be called for an interview session or a group discussion session at Ahmedabad or Bangalore or Chennai or Hyderabad. They have some locations where they're conducting this second or third round of a selection process. So this will be a normal mode of select admissions for getting into IIFT. सिलेबस देखा जाए तो जो हम कैट या जेड या स्नैप में प्रिपेयर करते हैं, सेम क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड वेयर वी हैव अरिथमेटिक, अलजेब्रा, ज्योमेट्री, मॉडर्न मैथ्स, कॉमर्शियल मैथमेटिक्स, वही आता है जो हम कैट में प्रिपेयर करते हैं. रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन एंड वर्बल एबिलिटी, अगेन आरसी का अच्छा खासा वेटेज रहता है. यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 50% विल बी फ्रॉम आरसी. Apart from that, you have one word substitution, you have jumbled paragraphs, you have grammar and parajumbers and all. And if you look at LRDI, you have arrangement, coding, puzzles, directions, जो logical reasoning के questions है. In same data interpretation आपको graph आएंगे, pie charts आएंगे, tabular form आएगा, which is the normal syllabus that we are preparing for any of the aptitude or any of the MBA exams. Now, general awareness, which is very important. यहाँ पे जो कोई भी कैट के aspirants है, शायद हम general awareness को जब तक हमारा इंटरव्यू नहीं आता है, ग्रुप डिस्कशन प्रोसेस नहीं होता है, हम उसको अवॉइड करते हैं. सो स्टूडेंट्स, इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर एमबीए एग्जामिनेशन, along with that start preparing, start making your general awareness very strong, because कहीं पे भी इंटरव्यूज में वो काम आने ही वाला है. And especially exams like Syllabus or IIFT, they have a weightage on general awareness questions. अगर यहाँ पे देखा जाए तो आपको पिछले 10 महीने का नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल न्यूज पे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, बी इट बिजनेस और इकोनॉमिक्स और पर्सनालिटीज और ब्रांड्स, जो कुछ भी बिजनेस रिलेटेड है, मार्केट रिलेटेड है, उस पे क्वेश्चंस आपको पूछे जाए. मेक श्योर टू स्टार्ट रेडी फ्रॉम टुडे. अगर आपको डेली न्यूज़पेपर चाहिए तो यू कैन जस्ट सब्सक्राइब टू Ekoching टेलीग्राम चैनल. वहां पे हम डेली न्यूज़पेपर शेयर करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को. एंड कीप अ हैबिट ऑफ डेली रीडिंग फॉर 30-45 मिनट्स, right? Because ultimately it will cover your lot of marks in your examination. Because यहाँ पे general awareness में question आपको आएगा तो टिक करना है, नहीं है ना छोड़ देना है, right? So it will help you in clearing your cut-offs. So these are the 3-4 major sections which are in IIFT examination. आगे चलते हैं eligibility criteria को लेके. So same as you have in other examination, you should be having a bachelor degree with minimum 3 years of duration. 50% marks चाहिए for general category, and if you are belonging to SC/ST category, 45 marks 45% होगे तो भी आपको admission मिल सकता है. Final year students are eligible to sit for the IIFT examination. So those who are in second year or entering into the third year, जो भी आप graduation के final year में enter होने वाले हो, this year you are eligible to sit for the IIFT examination. So along with your CAT or other examination, keep a plan for IIFT. Definitely, if you're looking for international business or if you're looking for a top B schools, definitely आपका target में IIFT होना चाहिए. There is no age limit, so any of the students can sit for this examination. There is no criteria of number of attempts, so as many as time you can sit for the IIFT examination. Programs कौन से offer होते हैं? So as I discussed in my starting of the slide, typically they have a flagship program of 2-year international business, full time at all the campuses, be it Delhi or Kolkata or Kakinda. इन सब जगह पे उनके इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस का कोर्स होता ही होता है. Delhi, they have a separate program for weekends. They have 2.5 year program for MBA in international business. It works only in Delhi. Executive program होता है online और offline campuses में दिल्ली के. If you are looking for executive postgraduate diploma in international business, certificate program in export import, postgraduate certificate in international business and finance, which is online program. Executive development program is strategies for international business, which is an online program. So if you are a normal fresher student, the first course, that is 2-year IB program, MBA in international business, should be looking for your admissions and all. PhD, if you're looking for further PhD, again IIFT can helpful to you in getting the PhD degree in management at IIFT Delhi campus. So fee structure of all these colleges, if you look at for 2021, अगर मैं last year की फीस की बात करता हूँ, for general category it is 8,85,000 per annum, and if you are from SC, ST or PWD, you will be having 50% relaxation in the fee structure of IIFT. Anybody from NRI or foreign national, they can have $30,000 per annum US dollar, and other charges for library, for computer, for other programs, they are charging 54,000 for whole course. So this is the normal fee structure of IIFT for 2 years. नोटिफिकेशन देखा जाए तो IIFT का जनरली अगस्त सितंबर में रिलीज होता है as soon as the CAT exams declare the notification, or just before the CAT examination they come up with the notification of IIFT exams. Last date of receipt will be somewhere in the October for all the categories. It will be conducted in the first week of December. Normally IIFT first week of December में conduct होता है as soon as the CAT is over. Maybe last year because of COVID the exam was bit delay, but एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि इस बार अगर सिचुएशन नॉर्मल होगी तो दिसंबर में ही IIFT एग्जाम कंडक्ट हो सकती है, जिसका नोटिफिकेशन आपको अगस्त सितंबर तक मिल जाएंगे. सो यू हैव 2-3 months left with the notification, and along with that CAT examination you can start preparing for IIFT exams. If you look at the next stages of selection process, where you have writing skills ability, you have group discussion, extempore interview will be conducted somewhere in the month of February and March. And the programs typically starts in the last week of July when you are done with your graduations or when you are completed with your studies and everything. So normally ये college जुलाई के last week में आपका start हो जाएगा. Cut off देखा जाए तो to get into Delhi campus you require 98 percentile and above, and to get into Kolkata campus you require 95 percentile and above. So overall आपको 115 से 130 मार्क का requirement होगा to getting into the calls from IIFT Delhi or Kolkata campus for getting into the next rounds and all like GD or extempore जो मैं discuss किया. Yes, IIFT के section cut off भी होंगे along with the overall cut off. They will also look at the section wise cut off, like for verbal, for quant, for GK. You have to score minimum some cut off marks to get into the selection process of the next stage. So I will discuss in the coming slides cut off क्या रहेगा. You can just check it out here. General awareness 30 marks है. You required for, if you are a gender category you require 5.5 marks. So typically आपको around 5 से 6 क्वेश्चन सही करने हैं, right? Maybe say 4 to 5 question, not 5 to 6, because एक क्वेश्चन का 1.5 मार्क है, 1.5 मार्क है. So around 4 questions out of 30 marks you are getting 5.5 in your general awareness. For verbal ability you require around 6 to 7 questions to be correct. For DILR around again I will say 5 questions you're getting into cutoff. For quant you require 4 to 5 questions, right? If you're belonging from a gender category. If you are from SC/ST category you require 4.5. For BRC 15. For DILR 10, and for quant you require 6 marks only. So do target this examination and do focus on your overall cutoff also, along with the section wise cutoff you required. Suppose if you are coming from a gender category, the minimum cutoff will be 43.5. For EWS category it is 36, and for SC/ST or Kashmiri migrants or non-migrants you require 15 marks. This is minimum cutoff to get into the selection process. So number of seats कितनी है? तो if you look at the Delhi campus you have 258, and for Kolkata you have 253 seats. So total it comes to around 541 seats, which is a decent enough to get into the top schools, right? और generally अगर देखा जाए तो यहाँ पे total जो number of aspirants होते हैं उसके 8 to 10% वो लोग interviews के लिए या further stage के लिए process के लिए बुलाते हैं. So if I will say 35,000, you'll be around 2,800 to 3,000 students will be called for an interview process or extempore process or a writing skills. Right, Kakinda campus almost उनका permissions में UGC के permissions में थे, तो they're going to start last year. So you have one more campus to get into the admissions. Nearly वहाँ पे 40-50 seats होगी अभी admissions के लिए. So approximately you have 550 seats for getting into IIFT campuses. Placement, I am sure you might be waiting for this slide कि सर जो कुछ भी है आप जो भी कहानी कर रहे हो, but placement बताओ क्या होगा. So if you look at the placement of IIFT, it's a very decent one. The number of companies which are visiting, or the average placement, or the highest placement, if you look at for IIFT of last batch, which is 19, 20, 21, there were around 35 new recruiters were there. Total number of students who sit for the placement were 334, where average CTC for a male candidate was 20 lakhs per annum, 20.25 lakhs per annum. Around 30% were new recruiters. So every year some new recruiters, some new companies joining to get into the IIFT campus for the selection process. For a female candidate, you have 22 lakhs. So females are getting more advantage here. They're getting more better placements than male candidates. Number of companies are around 117, and the highest CTC of 1921 was 46.5 lakh, which is a domestic placement. If you look at the international placement, it was 75 lakhs. राइट सो हम यहाँ पे डोमेस्टिक फिगर ही बताया बिकॉज ये उनके ऑफिशियल प्रोसेस से लिया हुआ है. इट इज 46.5 लाख फॉर डोमेस्टिक पैकेज. सो वी आर नॉट कंसीडरिंग जो मतलब बाहर से भी कंपनीज आती है, इंटरनेशनल कंपनीज आती है, एंड दे हैव सिलेक्टेड द कैंडिडेट्स विद 75 lakhs व्हिच वाज द हाईएस्ट सैलरी ऑफ IIFT. If you look at the recruiters who are joining for the placement, they're coming from multiple domains, from a banking sector or from a finance sector, IT companies आती है, automobiles. There are a lot of companies visiting. You can see the Cognizant or HFDC or ICICI or a Google or a pharma company like Lilly. A lot of companies are entering the IIFT campus for the selection process. So these are all the logos you can see here, which are entering into the IIFT for placing the students into the job. So how to apply? So to apply for IIFT, you have to visit this website iift.nta.nic.in. उनका नोटिफिकेशन आपको इस वेबसाइट से मिल जाएगा. आपको कुछ भी सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस है, फॉर्म फिलिंग करना है, आपको वहां से डिटेल्स में इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी. Application fee is 2,500 for a general category, and if you're from a category like SC, ST or PWD, it is only 1,000 rupees, which includes application screening and entrance test both. Everything is included in the exam application fees. So fees is not refundable. एक बार आपने अप्लाई कर दिया है तो इसकी फीस रिफंड नहीं हो पाएगी. Yes, so that's it from my end for today's session. For getting much more information about all these things, like you can join our Telegram channel. You will get daily newspaper on our Telegram channel. You can just scan the code shared here, and you'll get all the updates on exams, cutoff, analysis, sudokus, puzzles, papers. A lot of things are available on this Telegram group. Just scan this code and join the group. Yeah, thank you, and I hope the session was helpful to you. For any queries, for any concern, or if you need any information regarding this examination, you can call me on this number. My name is Kalplesh, and you can just note down my number, and you can feel free to connect if you need this PPT, or if you have any queries regarding this program, you can connect us on the given number. So thank you and all the best. With this, I'm ending the session. Thank you.